Going down, man. I keep seeing this little number pop up on my timelines and shit about GameStop closing stores, pimping. They supposedly gonna be closing like 150 stores. But here's the thing. Do that really surprise anybody? Shirt's all kinds of crooked, man. Does that really surprise anybody if it's true? Don't surprise me, not one bit. Nah, I'll explain why here in a second. If it's true that they're gonna close 150 stores, I want you to understand something first. Um, Majority of cities have at least two. Okay, two in like majority of the cities. Um, in an area where there's like maybe a mall or even like a bigger populated area, you might have more than two. Okay, they're popping up like fucking Starbucks. Okay, like they're getting out of control. So the fact they're closing 150 stores isn't that big of a fucking deal. Okay, so what are you gonna have, like one per city now? That's not that big of a fucking deal. Because that means instead of three down by town center, you're gonna have two. Or you're gonna have one in Woodstock instead of two. Or you're gonna have two in Kennesaw instead of one. That's not that big of a fucking difference. You know what I'm saying to you? It's not like people are gonna have to exponentially go further to get their games. Okay, so what I need people to do is to realize that this isn't that big of a fucking deal. Okay, they're closing 150 stores. Whoop-de-damn. Do you realize how many fucking GameStops there are in general? There's a lot of them, man. This isn't some big breaking fucking thing, okay? Second of all, GameStop sales are hurting not due to the shitty practices of GameStop, which they do some pretty shitty shit. Okay, like for one, they take like these things are in danger right off the bat. This is a Nintendo Switch game, and this is a case. Nintendo cases are probably the highest case endangered. Okay, they take 3DS, DS games, they take the fucking game out, and they just toss the fucking case. I know a lot of people. I used to think people just took the cartridge and kept the cartridge. No, GameStop throws Nintendo cases out. Okay, they do some really shitty things. So Switch cases are probably in danger because I mean, look, these things are small, Pimpin. These things are tiny. They're as big as a fucking PSP case. Come on now. Any handheld device is in danger of losing cases due to the way GameStop handles them. Even the 3DS. The 3DS is a repeat of what happened with the DS. Okay? You see a lot of those things are now just cartridges. And they'll tell you, oh no, people don't trade those in with their case. Bullshit. Okay? Um, and, now you have the big wigs telling everybody, no, it was because of shitty holiday sales. Pause. Pause, you stupid motherfuckers. I don't believe you for an instant. Not for 1 second. It's not because of shitty holiday sales. You can tell people that. I'm not going to believe that. Oh, nobody's buying video games. Okay, first of all, that's not your problem. During the holiday season, the people you bagged, Sony and Microsoft, Sony especially, was a bitch. This past holiday, 2016, Sony made the dumbest decision they could have ever made, releasing the PlayStation Slim, the PlayStation VR, and the PlayStation 4 Pro at one fucking time. Granted, they were spread out over 3 separate months, but it was a dumb fucking move, we can all agree. Okay? Nobody can afford to buy all three fucking products. Agreed? Yes, we do, because not everybody has money like that, especially at the holidays. So, while you're sitting there talking about nobody's buying shit, you're full of shit. And you know that. People are still buying products, they're still buying games, but nobody's gonna go into GameStop and buy a VR headset and then turn around and buy a PS4 Pro and a PlayStation fucking Slim. Nobody. Because they have other people to buy for. Let's be honest, that's the truth, okay? People weren't buying an Xbox One S. You're full of shit. That was the highest selling console for 5 months in 2016. Stop lying, okay? So, again, you're trying to save face because the people you've backed, like Sony and Microsoft, especially Sony, made a dumbass decision in 2016 releasing 3 sub consoles at one fucking time. And then you had the greatest disaster within the same 2 fucking companies releasing Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, and Call of Duty all at the same fucking time. This is how shitty stuff happens. The 2 companies that your fucking company, GameStop, backs so hard and has a massive raging fucking hard on for, makes poor decisions that your company is faced to fucking go to terms with. Meanwhile, you're sitting there looking at Nintendo like, oh, fuck your games, right? That's how you treat Nintendo. Fuck your games, fuck your products. We want a company that'll pay us money. That's how you treat them. Because Nintendo's not going to give you money. But they're not going to, force anything on you. And they're not going to make shitty business practices like that either. Hey, let's release Breath of the Wild against Call of Duty. They're not that fucking stupid. Okay? And of course Titanfall 2's numbers are horrible. They went up against 2 juggernauts. Duh! Anybody with a brain knows that was a stupid idea. Again, you can tell people that it's due to shitty holiday sales, but look at what came out. Look at the time span it came out. It's not that you had shitty sales numbers. It's the 2 companies you're so heavily invested in, Microsoft and Sony, making poor decisions. And the companies that they're heavily invested in making shitty fucking launch decisions. And nobody on any side of anything saying, no, don't do that. That's what it boils down to. Nobody's buying video games. Are you full of shit? You gotta be so far up your own ass that you can't even see a glimmer of light. You're closing 150 stores. There's 2 in every major city. At least 2. Probably 3, maybe 4, depending on where you fucking live. Only small cities have 1. Okay? You hardly have to travel anywhere unless you're really looking for like those mom and pop stores to get a retro title. And GameStop's finally figured out that it's in the name GameStop that they need to start taking retro titles and even selling them. They finally figured that out because, oh hey, the retro market is actually fertile and people want to buy those. They just figured that out. A little too late to your own fucking party, if I may. So, again, 150 stores closing isn't that big of a deal. What you should have admitted is the fact that digital gaming is the reason. That I would have bought. That I can understand. My Xbox One is all digital. It's the only console that's all digital, but again, it's all digital. So I could have bought that. Hey, people are really heavily invested in all digital market. I mean, we can't get them to come in and buy physical copies because it keeps getting out of our shitty practices. So what are they doing? They're coming in and buying Xbox One cards, they're coming in and buying PS4 cards, and even the fucking Nintendo cards. We can't get them to buy fucking digital thing. Like, we can't get them to buy anything but digital. They won't buy physical anymore. Well, why won't they buy physical? Because we don't compete with anybody. That I would have bought. That anybody would have bought. But no, you had to be a dumbass and say something as stupid as holiday sales were low. Yes, they can be, but they're low on the sense of like I told you before, Sony releasing 3 hardware products at one time and games coming out in a order that made no sense to anybody, and then you have people having to buy for other people. It's not that it's really that bad. It's that You're expecting people to be selfish, and people are not generally that selfish at that time. So it's not as bad as you're making it when you're trying to make it seem like that. Sorry, but had you just spelled it a different way or tried to at least make it seem another way, you could have been more believable. At least to me. I don't know, maybe some morons out there believe you, but I sure as shit don't. And I hope none of you buy it, because if you do, we're in a shitload of trouble. Okay? Well, their numbers show it was shitty. Well, again, Sony releases 3 pieces of hardware back to back to back. Of course, their sales are going to be horrible. Even the employees can say, and if you go in and will tell you, yes, that was fucking stupid. They haven't seen a move that dumb since Sega. About 90% of the employees at GameStops that I've been to, even the ones that love Sony, will admit this is a fucking stupid decision. Where's the problem here? Xbox One sales went up for 5 months due to stupid shit like that. So again, if they would have just said, hey, it's the all digital thing, and we were kind of late to the party with the retro shit, more believable. That's something that's very hard to argue about. Because they just started taking retro, and the digital thing is catching on. See how that works there? It's very hard to argue that. Well, no, it's not the. Okay, I've been buying digital. See? But no, it's not true about that. Okay, maybe it is because I don't go to GameStop to buy retro. See how hard that is to fight? More so than, well, the sales over the holidays weren't that good because people were going other places because, again, GameStop, you do not compete with anybody. If you'd compete, and the reason you can't fucking outsell anybody is because you think your shit is the best when it's not. You got Target, Best Buy, Walmart, and Best Buy will compete with anybody if you just bring the fucking ad in. Target is the same way, and Walmart is the same way. You're left out the fucking cold. And that's what we as GameStop customers have been trying to get through your fucking thick skull. And you kind of got to the party a little late for the second time. You're closing 150 stores, if it's true, due to your lack of fucking getting the information in. See how that works? So again, I just wanted to share this with you because, again, it pops up on my timeline all the time, and it's not because of anything like, oh, it's people aren't buying shit like they should. No, they're buying shit. GameStop, you're your own worst enemy. Nobody else. Them idiots, the bigwigs, are the cause for this. Nobody else, not the customers. That's for damn sure because they keep shopping there. It's, hey, do you compete with prices? No. Well, fuck you, I'll go over there. Because I can save about 20, 30 bucks. That's money that could have went in your pocket, GameStop. Or, hey, I can buy this exact game digitally for $10 cheaper. That's money out of your pocket. See where I'm going with this? That's why. That is exactly why. If that's true about you closing 150 stores, that's why. It's got nothing to do with anything else. You can try to flip it whichever way you want to make yourself come out on top, but it's hard to deny that. Very hard. Say what you want. I'm out this bitch. Deuces.